I'm David Eick, executive producer of Battlestar Galactica, and we're here in lovely Vancouver, British Columbia, as if you couldn't tell. Here shooting day 2 of episode 5 of season 2 of Battlestar Galactica. We're gonna head over to the stages now and see what we see. We're rolling. Right now we're on a what's called a swing set, which is an extra set that's kept sort of in the hip pocket in case we need a special setting. In this episode, we're in a hospital room where Kara Thrace, Starbuck, is being tended to after some injuries. And as the episode progresses, she gets more and more nervous about what the nature of this hospital might be.
Hi, let's do it during the pelvic exam.
Yeah, exactly. Katie's about to shoot a pelvic exam for Battlestar Galactica, which she's very excited about.
Yeah, those things are cold wherever you are.
I know, you know, you'd think that we would have chosen a day where you didn't have like the gaunt, I'm dying makeup on.
I know.
She doesn't actually look like this.
Yes, I do.
No,
He's
she doesn't.
mine.
She's strikingly beautiful in life.
This is how I wake up.
This is Harvey Frand, our producer. Harvey, you have to say hi to the video blog world.
Hi, video blog world.
Yeah, it's really
for the pelvic exam.
It's not going to be a, oh my God, the bomb's going to go off by 5 o'clock kind of episode. It's going to be a little bit more like episode 12, you know, more of a setup episode.
Here we go.
All right, so let's walk through it.
Twist it over.
Right there or where?
Rod Hardy, our director of episode 5.
How you doing? Episode 5.
Rod also directed Active Contrition last year, one of the most popular episodes of the year.
The other episode, right?
That's Joel, our camera operator. He's kind of a stud. I sort of have feelings for him that I'll talk about it.
The whole piece of business of them doing bombing runs and heading in the opposite direction and somehow nearly running into each other over a planet, you don't have a problem with that conceptually?
He's not seeing into his peripheral vision. So he's looking at the target, not seeing Kat coming this way. He drops the bomb and pulls up. She pulls up to avoid the missile and nearly hits him in the stomach.
They build billions of dollars worth of equipment to try to get two things to run into each other in the air nowadays, and they can't make it work because it's really, really big, the space above a planet. So
but what is the space?
The likelihood of this happening is so minuscule. You see these two teeny little dots over this massive area, and somehow they're closing on each other at perfect. It would be almost impossible to be anywhere near each other.
What if we're close enough to the surface that it's more like episode 10, so that you have landscape and horizon, and you have other things to? Doesn't that make it easier if we did that?
Yeah, or if they're in a canyon, so that they are confined to a space where they have to be in the same space.
Thanks for joining us on this first edition of the Battlestar Galactica video blog. It's a really lovely word, isn't it? Blog. Welcome to the blog. We're done with the blog for now, and we hope you're back next time. Check it out. The blog you're about to see is the cast read-through, and you'll see a familiar face if you're paying attention.
So we'll start at the top of page 3, please, and we'll go to scene 19. So actually, okay, the opening of Act 1 here, scene 31.
We need to get out of this ravine. I don't want us to get caught in a flash flood in here.
Laura doesn't answer, just nods absently. Tyrol is bending over the photos with a marker. 0. Okay, and Zarek pulls himself up the rocky outcropping, slips and falls back. Myra grabs him, keeps him from free falling.
We're standing on it. We're standing on Earth. The scriptures say that when the 13th tribe landed on Earth, they looked up into the heavens and saw their 12 brothers.
Well, sir, that's risky. Certainly not possible with a ship this size.
I'm taking a Raptor.
Is there volume on that? I got it.
Zurich is talking with the bleary Laura as she reaches the top of the ravine.
My mind's made up. Truth is, the only person who can reach out to Roslin is me. Between us, always has been. We may be going separately, but we're coming back together. Either on our feet or in body bags, but we're coming back together. Maybe she's seen it in a vision. Shut up! I'm serious.
You tell them, Commander.
Sir.
I'm serious.
Sir.
Yeah.
She claims to see things. She saw me naked twice.
You have any notion of how ridiculous you've become, the levels to which our entire conversation is sunk? I'm the father of a baby which will be born for a fantasy woman I see solely in my head. A fantasy woman, by the way, stopped being my fantasy and turned into tease.
I never said I.
Oh, wonderful. More double talk, more mind games. I'm looking forward to this one. This should be good. Who's going to bear our love child? Callie? Felix? Starbuck? There to be named later?
Careful, guys. I'm treading in dangerous territory now.
Oh, I guess I'm really scared. Go ahead and tell me why I should worry this. The ship's going to explode. Oh no, we've done that one. No, we've done that one. I've got it's me. I'm going to explode. That's it. God will make me spontaneously combust in a great multicolored ball of flame and...
Okay, number 6 now sitting in the same chair. Now fully clothed.
Enough. I can't do it anymore. You're right. Game's over. You win.
We found Aloysius' grave. I'm very sorry. You come to find that nothing really helps. You just tally the bodies and husband your tears. Popular opinion. Is it some kind of post-traumatic reaction to being shot? Personally, I think I'm just a wuss.
Sharon and Helo.
Frack. Can't believe one of us can get that roped in by one of them. We should keep an eye on him, too.
Helo's my friend, okay? He's one of the good guys.
Sharon was a friend of yours, too.
Helo and Sharon.
I feel like I'm back on Caprica. Really?
Yes, ma'am. Myself.
When I first got word the silence had attacked, my first thought was, I'm dead. We're all dead. So every moment of every day since then is a gift.
Beware the religious zone.
Bye, Eddie. Bye, Eddie.
I love you guys.
Bye, Eddie.
Talk to you soon.
See you next week.
Here we are again in the Command Information Center of the Battlestar Pegasus. This is later in the construction of the set. You can tell it's later because I'm now wearing a different shirt. Truth is, I just changed these things in the span of the day, and we're doing all this in one day. You guys are so easily fooled. All right, this is the CIC of the Battlestar Pegasus, the commanded by Commander Kane, to be played by Michelle Forbes in episodes 10 and 11. The season finale and season premiere, respectively, of season 2. Production designer Richard Hugh has given them his own look. As you can see, they're quite dynamic, somewhat reminiscent of the Galactica, but definitely more modern, more advanced, more high-tech, sharper edges, cleaner angles, and just a general sense of a colder environment.
As the process is changing.
This is the squadron ready room where the pilots all meet and gather to talk. You can see this is the podium where the commander of the air group will stand, and this is the amphitheater seating where the pilots will sit and get their directives for the mission. And these are the people responsible for actually making it look good. This is Richard Hugh. This is the son of a bitch responsible. I had to tell him. I had to tell him. Say hello to the video blog world, Richard.
Hello, video blog world.
Introduce your
Doug
friends.
McLean, art director.
Yes, we've met Doug.
Video blog world again. Hello.
Our set decorator, Jonathan. And why don't you give him a little show and tell here? Tell us what we're looking at.
You're in Kane's quarters, not fully dressed yet. We're still in the experimental stage. This is her main working area. There's no actual seating in this room. her actual ship related work area is over there. This is the area where she would have other people like Adama come in and they may discuss things with about maps and charts and whatever. It all happens here. There's a gun display going in there, a big gun display going in there. And right now we're fine-tuning it, making sure the edges of the glass aren't too hot for HD. This is a silver facing. This is a glass facing with a light tape over it. So we're doing our final tests right now. We'll be shooting in here tomorrow afternoon. So we'll have one more run through in about 10 minutes with the director and the DP and a few other people. And after that...
And the thing that's taken so long, really, when you get right down to it, isn't the design or the lighting structure or any of the set decorating that these gentlemen had done. It's taking the corners off of these books. This is what takes so much time, because
it costs so much.
In the world of Battlestar Galactica, nothing has corners unless we forget to take the corners off, in which case those items do have corners. You can see even the table
has clipped corners.
has clipped corners. That's right. It's the bane of everyone. Someone had a clever idea during the miniseries, and now it's been our cross to bear.
It's forever.
Yep. These are really great. I mean,
these are your tally boards, right?
yeah. So this shows how many Cylon kills they have, and I guess how many assists they have, like basketball.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And it's just a higher tech method of doing business across the board. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, yes, everything's much more.
So we've maintained the handsets like you see on the Galactica, but the accoutrement, as it were, if I can use that word without being beaten up, is much more high tech and sort of flashy. I see we decided to stick with the
Yes,
penis. Well, these are the penis lanterns. He saw the penis lanterns and liked them.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
Okay.
You can dim them down so they're not so bright.
Dim what down?
These lights could be.
What are they?
They're fabulous looking lights.
I can't get him to say it. All right.
Pegasus designed lights.
Yes, the Pegasus design lights. Okay. Well, having seen the penis lanterns, I guess we've now gotten the full tour of the Pegasus set. Thank you, Richard. Thanks, everyone. Okay. We've been shooting in here a great deal over the last couple of episodes. We just started shooting episode 9 yesterday. There wasn't a lot of the hangar deck in the first 3 or 4 because we were spending a lot of time on the planets Cobol and Caprica and resolving those storylines that were established in season 1. And starting at about episode 7, we get back into the Galactica a lot more frequently. We spend a lot more time on the hangar deck and a lot more time with dogfights and the kind of stuff that is sort of the Battlestar Galactica signature. Everything you are looking at here are functions of choices that were made and design elements that were put in place for the miniseries. Very little about the architecture of the set or about the specific ships or the props and set designs and decoration that you see surrounding them has changed since then. Really the most fundamental change has been the look of how we shoot it. We're carrying through a look that was designed by our DP, Joel Ransom, in the miniseries, but that was shot on film. And our new DP, Stephen McNutt, who's shooting this on high def, had to make a number of aesthetic choices to approximate what we did in the miniseries, but also sort of advance the look of it. The look of it now is, I guess you could say, a little bit more aggressive. The blacks are crushed, the whites are hotter. When you come in this room, you really notice it. These walls, which right now just sort of look like an off gray, really kind of blast white. The whites of the ships blast white, and all the blacks are very black. So it's what we call a nuclear look. This environment has a nuclear environment look. Usually looking out this window is a green screen, much like you see right now, so that if we're shooting over an actor's shoulder, we can put star fields or a planet or another ship that they might be heading towards out in front of them. In this hangar deck stage, we have either side of it set with a green screen so that we can replace the background with an extension of this room. So basically we shoot it. We don't need to lock off the camera or shoot it in any special way. We can hose around and get pieces of the green whenever we get it. And then later, our visual effects department, led by Gary Hutzel, pulls this green out and replaces it with a designed extension of this set. The only difficulty is that every time you do it, if I'm shooting a scene in here, my camera pans over here and then pans away and then pans over here again, well, every time I get a piece of that green, it's cha-ching time. Big money, because every time we put that set extension in here, there are many costs associated with it. Whereas if I stage a scene this way, so I'm only looking over here and only looking over here, we don't incur any costs. So when you watch a show that has a lot of set extension in it, you can bet that there's probably not going to be a lot of other visual effects because we shot our lot on this stuff. And when you watch a show where you see that most of the action is taking place on the other axis where you never see the green, you should be expecting there to be something else coming for you later. Although, now watch, you guys will watch one. The one where we try to save a little bit of money, and you're going to hold me to it, I know. On every episode we produce of Battlestar Galactica, one of the final meetings we have during the prep phase of the episode is called the tone meeting. This particular episode was with our director, Jeff Woolnow. He has developed a real shorthand with the show. He knows the actors, he knows the tone, and yet, as you'll see, there's still, even within the context of that set of knowledge that he has and expertise he brings to our show, a number of things that we have to point out and be very specific about. So enjoy. When we introduce Deanna, this should feel like, oh, what's the good example? You know that moment in a movie where when you were a kid before there was Entertainment Tonight and you knew who was going to be in the movie, and there's this shock that, oh my God, it's him, or oh my God, it's her. Everyone will know that Lucy Lawless is back because there'll be promos, but for the integrity of the episode, I like this idea that you hear her before you see her, because you hear her voice and you'll be going, oh my God, is that? So on this first line, this will be on camera, relax, everything's going to be all right. I'm imagining we're going to cut to a big close-up.
Everything's going to be all right. You're in God's hands.
Like we talked about, when he appears to her on Caprica, he's clean-shaven, he's in the black suit, he looks very dapper, he's very handsome, he's everything that, the Baltar from the miniseries is. And then when we see him on the ship, I think he should be scruffier, and his hair should be a little bit more oily, and,
Yeah, just, I'll talk to James. Well, in fact, no, I don't want to talk to James right now.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
James has one question for us.
Yeah.
One scene.
Yeah.
Sorry to bum rush the show, boys.
Bum rush the show.
This is, I think, my one sticking point. Everything else, I think, can be ironed out, but this is a kind of radical leap away from the character of the man for a few logistical.
The character of?
Me.
Oh.
Congratulations. Many happy returns of the day, you murderer. I've never said that to anybody. I don't actually believe it as Baltar.
I agree with you. But let's say you were a staunch Bush supporter, and I heard that you weren't going to vote this year, and I really believe that you should vote because it's your civic duty. And I might say to you, but James, God has called us to arms to bring freedom to the Middle East. I'm not holding these to be my personal truths. I'm incredulous that you, who's paid such lip service to this idea.
I can understand what you're saying. Don't you believe in God?
Yeah,
Isn't
exactly.
this about your God? Isn't this about... Which helps me do it.
That's what I think we should do.
Is that cool?
Yep.
Something like that?
Yep.
Thank you, it's been such a pleasure.
Get the fuck out!
You've been toned.
You've been toned. Goodbye. All right, we have to get back to work. Is that all? Is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, I just said that one thing previously, but we talked the bit about like Sharon. I think she'd want to hold her baby, but you had in a previous draft where she can't hold it anymore.
I agree. I don't think you should be able to, and I think you should play the fact that you can't. You can be saying, "Why can't I hold her? Why can't I hold her?"
I just want to say, "I want to hold a baby. I want to hold a baby."
But don't. I don't want dialogue back and forth. Yeah. But you can be making your demand.
Say it.
Yeah.
Make a plea. I love it. Thank you.
Get out. Hurry up and close the door before she comes back in. I've done some of these sometimes, and sometimes the producers get done. They go, there's a reason we don't do those. Yeah. But I don't feel that way about this. I mean,
this is going to be great.
No, I really feel, especially hearing it read. I mean, I really feel like this has the chance to be one of the big.
Good.
I do. Just make sure I look really thin. All of your angles better be. You know what production does to a man? I'm telling you, it's not pretty. I got on the scale today, I was like, what the fuck? That's Steve McNutt, the director of photography.
Right on.
Where are you going? What?
He doesn't like front light. He does not like front light.
He hates front light.
It's this thing.
You remember the video blog, right?
Hello.
Michael Mankin, director of episode 9.
Stop looking
Extraordinary
at
Man.
screens. Get out in the sunshine.
Thanks for joining us for this first edition of the fuck is this thing called? I think they're shooting the new Jennifer Garner movie somewhere around here. If we see her, we'll go over to that stage. I think worth talking to, don't you? Bowl of sauce. It's actually called second meal, and it's oh, it's not second meal?
Not yet.
Oh, and a bowl of cream. Yeah.
An empty bowl of cream.
Oh, just a snack.
Very
Forgive me.
tasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's what we needed, a performance.
Well, we'll see.
Right now, our director, Michael Reimer, who's gesticulating wildly, is prepping the afternoon shoot. See, we're all about to break for lunch, but rather than eat, he's here rehearsing the scene that's about to happen after lunch and making sure that the camera people all know where to go. It stands to reason he would do this because he's a very responsible director, but I have a gun, so if he doesn't do it...
That makeup too. The camera has 10 pounds.
Yeah, the camera has 10 pounds. Yeah, tell them.
I said the camera has 10 pounds.
That's my excuse,
and then David
too.
says, well, how many cameras are they shooting you with?
Welcome to my world. I'm exercising, I'm in the gym, and it doesn't matter. It's just production, it just balloons you, man. Michael, I had to bring the video blogger again, I'm sorry. I know you're trying to work, but this is really the important stuff, okay?
Yes.
Do you mind?
No, please, go. How about a video blog?
Stephen McNutt, director of photography, say hello to the video blog world.
Hey, how are you? I've been watching myself.
You know, you said that last time, and it was about as interesting then.
Yeah, right.
You know, Dead Zone wasn't that good.
I like Dead Zone.
That wasn't that good.
Is this as good as Spy Game?
Oh, man, that's so low. That's it for the Starlight. What else can I tell you? Really, what is there to say? Except that's it for the Starlight. Fuck you. We're done. Don't you have any place to be? Go away. Come on. We're almost late. Come on. It's gonna be fun.
It's not gonna
It's
be
gonna
okay.
be okay.
No, it's not gonna be okay.
You know something?
In 6 months, I'm gonna start showing them. I'm gonna have to tell everybody.
You're not gonna be showing in 6 months. You know something? You stay in shape. If you stay in shape, it's all gonna be fine. You know
If I
something?
stay in shape, fuck you.
Oh, Katie,
This
you're
is
real. You
stupid.
know something?
No, seriously, because like soon we're gonna have to tell Jenny about this. Everyone's gonna find
Jenny,
out.
why are you bringing up Jenny?
Because she's your fucking wife.
I know. Well, you know, she's from Texas. I mean, come on. I mean, this is what these people listen to all the time.
You're
think
such a
it's gonna
fucking child. Do you realize that? You're such a fucking
You know what? We're
idiot.
supposed to start this now. You're gonna be fine.
No, we're not gonna be fine.
We'll talk about it when we get home.
Because you're a fucking child and I'm having your fucking child.
Hey,
You act like one.
it's okay. Could you just please, hey, Jamie, how's it going? Are we, oh, look, there's the, hey, will you tell me when you're recording, please? You're not recording, right? Okay, good. Hey, Katie, cheer up.
Yeah, no,
hey,
I'm
here we
fine.
are on the video blog. Will you say hello to the video blog world, Katie?
Hi, video blog.
And Jamie, say hello to the video blog world. And we're going to spend a little time looking at the Vipers in the hangar bay because that's where Apollo and Starbuck spend most of their time.
Right.
So, shall we take it away? What we have over here, well, why don't we start over here with the Mark IIs? Yes, this way? Katie?
I'm coming. Shut up.
This is the Viper Mark II, where we often see Starbuck flying and doing her bit. And maybe you could tell the folks on the video blog world a little bit about what it's like to be a Viper pilot.
It's cool. It's really cool. You know, you get to live out your childhood fantasies. It's fun. It's really fun. I don't know.
And when you get inside these things, do the controls work? I mean, do things actually move when you touch buttons? Why are you glaring at me? Why are you glaring at me?
There's actually not a lot inside the Vipers, but it's fun because you get to try and pretend and try and sell things, and well, I enjoy it. It's fun.
It is fun.
Jamie, when are we going to get past the accent thing? Because I don't think you're fooling anybody anymore. I mean, we know you're from Detroit, and so this whole like I've really got an English accent, and I'm
not. My dad's from Detroit, David. I'm from London, as you well know, but I think there's not been any complaints on.
Well, complaints. You see, when you just say complaints right there, like I could tell you're really an American.
David, the only fucking complaint is you.
Oh, well, see, we're constantly joking around. It's just a thing, you know, with the cast, really, right, honey? Katie? The Mark II was developed as the Viper that was intended to emulate the Viper design from the original Battlestar Galactica. And we came pretty close. But in order to give it some distinction, we wanted to give the audience new ships to look at, ships that didn't in any way emulate the old ones. And so over here, the Mark VII, which is very different in design, much sleeker, much more modern looking.
It's got a lot more lights in it, and it actually works. The screens work, so it's and the seats are more comfortable, so you can actually.
But haven't they got
sit
a
in
new
there.
cockpit which is just for interior shots?
Yeah, it's
which
just
I've never seen.
it's just the shell of the cockpit, so there's no ship actually attached to it. So it's actually really cool.
Because these have computer screens, but not much really happens, and they never really do inserts on these. But now they've got a special thing which does.
We just developed an expanded cockpit, which
you know-
is which has movable walls and which allows the camera to get inside of it and film from all different angles. You can see from the narrowness of this that the camera can only get so much of a shot, because once the actor's in there with all the gear and the helmet, the camera can basically shoot over the actor's shoulder. Sometimes we've taken these apart entirely and shot up between the actor's legs, which is what we did with Katee in Act of Contrition, to give us a shot of the pilot dealing with their controls from below. And what this new cockpit that we've designed, which you don't see here because it's just a practical prop basically, is allow the camera to get inside the cockpit with the actor, shoot whatever angle we like, get as much detail about what the pilot is seeing as we like, and what is
Well,
it?
if you know everything,
Yeah.
why did you go through the charade of asking us a stupid question?
Well, it's
when we basically
part of
turn
the-
up when we're told and leave.
It's really part of the whole kind of motif, if you will.
It's a
I'm trying to
power
use a
thing.
British word.
He wants to have us here to know
And-
that he can have us here.
So we're like your warm
David
performing
says jump
puppets.
and we
Well, monkeys was actually the word that I
Right,
used. but-
okay. Well, fuck,
Right.
I'm out of here.
Exactly.
These
I think I've
guys,
got a
they
scene
be-
to shoot.
They've become really impossible, really. I
Anyway,
was-
go on, talk about cockpits. It was interesting.
No, I'm really, ladies and gentlemen, I'm as embarrassed as you are. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be back in season 3 because I'm actually going to be fat because that'll be like 5 months from now.
Okay, well, no.
and I might actually
We're
be
gonna
dead
we're going to be
David's wife
talking
will
about
find
the
out
different things later. Well, these are the personal issues that we don't like to get into in the video blog. But thanks, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure having you here at the video blog world for season 2, and we're looking forward to continuing it. Why are you laughing at me? You're mocking me. Why are you mocking me? I mean, I'm trying to.
So sick of this. Season 3 is going to just go down the tubes if that's what it's going to be like. Every day, every day. Oh my goodness. So is that still, can you